Welcome to Lesson 1. In this lesson, we'll talk about changes in the marketplace that are opportunities for growing your business, whether your job involves working with consumers or whether you're in a business-to-business environment. The goal of this lesson is to give you market intelligence that will help you exceed your customers' expectations and earn the business of one of the world's largest growth markets, women. We'll cover the following information in this course. Number 1, key stats and trends on the size of the market opportunity. Number 2, the reasons women drive consumer spending and have a multiplier effect on sales. Enjoy the lesson. Lesson 1, Learning Outcome. At the end of this lesson, you'll be able to identify 3 major shifts that are changing customer expectations. You'll be able to describe 3 goals you'd like to accomplish from taking this course, and explain 3 patterns that are driving women's economic power. Of all the trends changing the sales landscape, women's increasing economic power is one of the biggest. Did you know that women drive 70 to 80% of consumer spending with their buying power and influence? Influence means that even if a woman isn't paying for something herself, she is often the influencer or veto vote behind somebody else's buying decision. One of the reasons women drive so much spending is that around the world, they are typically the primary caregivers in their households, which means that many women are constantly making buying decisions for other people. For instance, women make 80% of healthcare decisions for their families. They are also increasingly the decision makers in business-to-business sales. All of which means that when you earn the business and loyalty of one woman, you have the opportunity to reach the other people in her household as well as her social and business networks because she's buying and influencing the purchases of so many others. Let me share a few more eye-opening facts about women's role in the economy. So much has changed in recent history. For instance, women now earn the majority of bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, and even doctoral degrees in the United States. This is part of a larger global shift. Women are outpacing men in higher education in many countries. Here are some numbers in the U.S. to show you what this shift looks like. Bachelor's degrees, 57% earned by women. Master's degrees, 59% earned by women. Doctoral degrees, 53% earned by women. Now, why are these statistics relevant to you? Well, if we consider that someone's educational attainment is a predictor of their future earning power, the data on graduation rates shows us that women's status as buyers and decision makers will likely continue for at least the next 2 to 3 decades. These numbers show us that women aren't just the customers of today, they're the customers of the future. Women's role in the labor force continues to be significant. For instance, 70% of women with children under 18 now participate in the U.S. labor force. And the overwhelming majority of these women, 75%, work full-time. This is a big change from 1975, when less than half of all mothers with kids under 18 were in the labor force. What are some of the implications of this shift? Well, employed women still perform more unpaid household chores and caregiving responsibilities than employed men, which means that providing them with convenient ways to conduct business with you is key to staying relevant with this market. We also know that many people are now working past retirement age. Because women have a longer life expectancy than men and typically shoulder more elder care responsibilities, we can expect that they will be a significant part of the growing population of older workers, all of which will impact their wants and needs. We've already discussed labor force trends to illustrate how the marketplace is changing. These shifts are impacting the role of head of household. Traditionally, men have been seen as the family breadwinners in our society. Well, it's time to update our perception of what a head of household looks like and make it more inclusive of women. Consider this fact. Mothers are the primary or sole earners for 40% of households with children under age 18. My goal is to help you see these changes that may be affecting your customers' lives and expectations, and show you how you can grow your business by staying ahead of these changes. By now, you've recognized some of the changes shifting our economy, and specifically, how women are a big part of those changes. Women control 51% of personal wealth in the U.S. And in fact, 40% of new entrepreneurs are women, and women-owned businesses account for 39% of all U.S. firms. Women also account for 52% of all workers employed in management, professional, and related occupations. All of this results in women's increased financial and business impact, and also changes their needs and expectations. Did you know that women are the dominant users of Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, and Snapchat? We all know that social sharing has never been more important for businesses in terms of publicity, reputation, and even sales. The fact that women are the primary users on these social networks represents another key aspect of their multiplier effect. All of these stats highlight women's outsized role as buyers, influencers, and decision makers. No conversation about women would be complete without addressing their role as caregivers. Women all over the world undertake the majority of unpaid care, activities like housework, childcare, and even elder care. This means they're often considering the wants and needs of other people as they make buying decisions, and they're often juggling multiple caregiving responsibilities, which drives a need for convenience. As I hope you can now see, serving this market well is an enormous opportunity. This concludes the first lesson. I hope you've enjoyed it and that the facts have piqued your curiosity as we move into the next lessons. Let's get started.